Hey guys, real quick, I just want to talk to you about Baccarat Rouge 540, the straight, and some of the dupes. I don't know if you were like me and you're on the fence about whether to invest in the real thing or to start off with the dupes and see. I'm going to show you a couple of the dupes as well as the originals, give you my opinion, to give you a little bit more information to see what works best for you. One of the most popular dupes would be the Ariana Grande Cloud. I'm in the military, and I got this on base. It was in a set. Excuse me, with this 3.4 ounce as well as a little tiny 1 ounce, like travel size item. And I think there was a lotion as well, and it was 25 bucks on sale. By far a great deal. It is known for a lavender note. The notes, if you actually read them, they are not the same as Baccarat Rouge at all, but they smell quite similar in a lot of ways. I would have to say, if you can find this at a good price, this is a good way to start off. If you don't know if you would like Baccarat Rouge 540 and you don't have access to get that sample, this is a good way to go. I've seen it at Walmart for 25 bucks in this size as well. And definitely, why not? Just so you can kind of get your mind going as to what you could kind of expect. They are not similar if you smell them side by side, I would say. But if you don't have the money to invest, I would say this is a good way to go. I really like it actually too. I would be comfortable traveling with this, and my scent profile is not sweet. I really don't like sweet fragrances, but this converted me. This is a great way into that family, and I would say definitely go for it if $25 isn't your price point range. The other one that I have is Burberry. I don't know if you can see that here with the lighting, but it has a pink top. There is an intense version that has a white top as well. Both very nice. This is pretty sweet as well, but I think this is a little bit closer than the Ariana Grande personally. Both still really good. Like, perfume is super subjective, so you might find this is closer to you personally, but this is a good route to go. Obviously a little bit more expensive than the Ariana Grande, and I think the white one also, you can definitely see where people are coming from with that. Really good buy. I got this, I think, about 70 bucks, and this is a 50 milliliters. It was good. It's good. I like it. Again, sweet, very similar in fragrance, in the scent, I guess you could say. Both worth the price if you want to be in that family. A lot of people liken the Baccarat Rouge 540 to like a burnt sugar kind of smell. I obviously don't have experience with burnt sugar because I don't get that, but you know, maybe I'm just not cultured. But both smell fantastic. Another dupe would be this Alt fragrance. It is Crystal number 23 Extrait de Parfum. From the reviews that I've seen online, a lot of people say this is like spot on. And to be honest, it's real close. It is really, really, really close. It was quite a while ago that I purchased this, and it was about 50 bucks, I think, in that price range. Out of the two I just mentioned, I'd pick this over all of those. This one's definitely worth it. It lasts all day. This is a really good bang for your buck as far as dupes are concerned. I think the $50 is more than worth it. Drum roll. I have the Extrait and I have the original, and there's a lot of talk amongst the fragrance community, if you will, of which one of these should you purchase. Are both necessary. It's kind of hard. I would say if you can get access to maybe like a Nordstrom's, or even online, if you go to the Maison Kurkjian website, like the French website, you can get the samples at a really good price. I want to say they're like 14 bucks for a couple of samples. And that's another pro tip right there, is order from the French site. Do not go to any American site. It's a lot more expensive. Getting those samples would be helpful. And in my personal opinion, I would say if you if you have the ability to get the sample, try the real fragrance. And if you think you like it, just save your money, whether that's $5, $10, $20 a month, whatever you can do, save it and buy it. The dupes are great. And if you just don't believe in spending a ton of money on fragrance, then by all means, I would personally say go with this one if you're trying to be as close to the real thing as you can get. But I also don't believe that you should be going outside of your means to enjoy this. If it's just not feasible, it's not feasible, and I understand. If money is a concern, 100% do this. These two fragrances are super similar. They both last a very long time. I'm so impressed by this perfumer. Maison Francis Kurkjian. Maison means house in French. Is it French? I don't know. Don't quote me actually on that, sorry. I think it is French. But Maison means house. So when you read it, it is the house of Francis Kurkjian. And he is super experienced. I was comfortable purchasing these items because I have other fragrances from him. If you're familiar with the Jean-Paul Gaultier, Labelle. Ooh, there's so many. If you're familiar with this perfumer, go online, Google it, and see all of the fragrances that he has. He has a scent palette thing that's way up. So if you are interested in niche, if you're interested in quality and you don't mind paying for quality, absolutely go with the original. I really like this. I describe scent in terms of like this feminine personification, and she's sexy. She is super sexy. She is alluring. You lust after this girl. Like, this girl is amazing. And even though this is not a new fragrance anymore, I think it came out in 2015, it's still worth it. Don't feel any kind of way for being late to the party. If you are, it's completely okay. I don't know how many people in a room that you'd walk past or outside that have this on. It may be a lot, but either way, your own body chemistry will mix into this, and it doesn't matter. If you like it, absolutely get it. Don't worry about what other people are doing. I love it. It lasts all day on the skin. I know when I first bought this, I sprayed it during the day because that's when my shipment arrived, and then that following night I went to sleep, woke up, got in the shower, and I could still smell it on my skin. It was that strong. So it's potent. You don't need a lot of sprays. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Because for some people it can be really cloying, and while I like that, I understand that a lot of people don't. So it's just something to keep in mind. But I really like this. Here's the extrait. It lasts a lot longer. The oil content is definitely higher. There's an almond note that does make it a bit different, but you still get the same DNA between the two. Is it necessary to buy both? If you can afford it, or if you budget, yes, I would personally. That's just me. I'm not suggesting you do this. This is not sponsored at all. I spent my real money, my own freaking money on these, and I'm not mad about it, to be honest. I'm not mad about the dupes. I bought all the dupes first, and then when I kind of calculated, that could have been money towards the real thing, and I could have just saved myself time. The extrait, I love. It lasts forever. Oh my God. I sprayed this on, I always spray perfume at night before I go to bed when I get out of the shower. And I spray it in the morning when I get out of the shower. Depending on how my day was, you know, but spraying this right before I went to bed, it kind of got off in my sheets. And I mean, at least 2 weeks, this is all I smelled on my, like, it lasts forever on fabric. And to me, it's beautiful. And like I said, I'm not a sweet fragrance type of person, but this was 100% worth it. I like that almond note. I think it's super alluring. Like, this girl, or if you're trying to send a message to a suitor and you go over to his or her house, you let this be in them sheets, they're not gonna never forget you. So proceed with caution, I must say. But it is pretty strong. They're both strong. Obviously the extrait is stronger, But I love them both, and I think that they can be used interchangeably. I would never double up. I've seen a couple of videos of people saying that they sprayed both. Jeez Louise, please don't do that. I think you will literally kill somebody. Like, that's a lot. I've also seen a lot of videos where people say you can't smell the fragrance after a certain amount of time. Don't be alarmed. It's still there. It is absolutely still there. It's something about the formulation that it lingers. So keep that in mind. Just because you can't smell it doesn't mean the people around you can't. And if you've been in the same room where the fragrance has been lingering, you won't. It kind of comes in waves, but it's 100% there. If someone else were to walk in the room and you've been there for a while and you don't smell it, I promise you they're going to be like, what is that? And it's fabulous. It is definitely worth the hype. If you're curious, I think they both are, but they are different. Even though they have the same DNA, they are different. I have them both, and my personal, almost like all-time favorite is Tom Ford Jasmine Rouge. But if I didn't have this or this, I'd be hurt. I'd be hurting, and that says a lot, because that's my all-time favorite. But to answer the question, is it worth it? Absolutely yes. Should you do the dupes? In my personal opinion, again, if you're looking in terms of quality and you can appreciate a niche fragrance and you're not going too far above your means, by all means, absolutely just go for the real thing. I'm totally fine with traveling with my dupes, because if something crazy happens and I break it or I lose it, it's gonna suck, but I still have my babies. I still have the originals. But 100% worth it. I like the dupes. Like I said, I started off with Ariana Grande for $25. You can't be mad at that one at all. Totally worth it. And I think like at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or wherever, you can get it at a pretty solid price. So just keep that in mind. If you don't believe, I'm being repetitive, but I just want to make sure I'm being clear here. If you don't mind spending money, just do the real thing. Save yourself the time. If you don't believe in spending that much on a fragrance, you don't have to. It's nothing like the real thing, but it is quite reminiscent. So you can still achieve the same look. You can be bougie on a budget, and there's nothing wrong with that. And don't let anybody make you feel like that's wrong, because it's not. I hope that was helpful. Please, in the comments, sound off. Let me know what you think. If there are other dupes that maybe I should try, because I'm down. I'm down for that. I'm a flight attendant, so I travel a lot. So generally, I always have this one with me, just because it really does last throughout the day. I think these two also have pretty good staying power. This one lasts longer than this, but 100% good way to go. So let me know what you think. Hopefully that was helpful. Please, if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your time.